Hi and welcome to video number 3 in the 3 video series of how you can achieve anything that you want. And here we're going to talk about the self. And the self is you, and it's me, and it's basically who you are. And it's probably the hardest topic and the hardest cornerstone to overcome, because as I said in the initial video, you are your own worst enemy. And what I mean by that is that we as people tend to limit ourselves by our own thinking, by our own beliefs, and by our own actions. And you have to have a very strong willpower and persistency in order to overcome those things that stops you. And humans in general are equipped with the survive mechanism, so they can survive anything and they can adapt. But being proactive and taking actions in areas that you want to achieve become like, maybe I will do it, I will wait for something to happen. And then what happens is, if I look at fitness and wellness, areas where I'm expert at, then you see people are told to go exercise or eat well. They don't do that, then they getting diabetes, or they getting high blood pressure, or they getting high cholesterol, and then suddenly they grab their head and they say, oh, what should I do, and they go exercise. And this is something they could do 5 years before it started. They could make it a routine, they can create a habit out of it, and just been doing that without getting to the place where they got, right? And it's not real fun when you have diabetes and you suddenly need to control your sugar levels, or you have high blood pressure and you exercise as part of, it becomes like suffer. You're not really enjoy it, you're doing it because you're sick, or you're getting sick and you want to get out of it. And that's what I mean by proactivity. And unfortunately, there is a big gap between being a survivor, or like waiting for things to happen and respond, to be proactive. And if you want to achieve things and anything that you want, you have to be proactive. You can't be responsive. And this is a trend that we're trying to break, right? And I'll go back again to weight loss and to how people change their habits in order to achieve their goals. So those who are able to actually achieve whatever they wanted were those that was able to work through themselves. So they went through the inconvenience of getting up early, or eating foods that are not very happy with, or to change their diet and maybe eat less because it's uncomfortable, and whatever they needed to change in order to actually live healthier. And not only that they achieved whatever they needed to achieve, they were the ones that could maintain it, which is much more important, because you can hear a lot of stories about people that goes on diets and they cut a lot of nutrients and they lose weight, and then all their weight is gained back and they don't know what to do with it because it's not consistent, and you're getting totally frustrated out of it. And when you come to look at the self, so what's your way of being, then you'll understand that if you overcome your self limitations and your self stories that you can't do things, and really be consistent and work towards what you want and not waiting for things to happen, that's the only way for you to achieve anything that you want. And that's about the self. And even with this information, with these short videos, you have a lot of things to think about. And if you take all these three areas, the habits, the time management, and to overcome yourself, you will see that if you integrate all together, that's exactly the three things that if you develop and pay attention to, you'll be able to achieve anything that you want, whether it's weight loss, whether it's getting to a higher fitness level, become wealthy, work on your relationship, or whatever you choose to do. And once again, I want to remind you, if this is a process and the way you want to go through and work on yourself and really get a sustainable result, if you're trying to manage your weight or lose your weight, then I invite you to join the program. Make weight loss achievable. You have a button below to join in, and if you don't decide to join in, you are welcome to follow me on my social media pages. I will be sharing there a lot of tips, a lot of training videos, and really be proactive in whatever you do in order to achieve whatever you want, right? So remember, it's your habits, it's your time, and it's yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.